Right, Gina.
Mr. Chairman and members, House Bill 2453 is synthetic drugs reporting. The proposed measure expands the definitions of dangerous drug and narcotic drugs by adding additional substances. It eliminates the need for a duplicate reporting requirement. And finally, the measure contains an emergency clause. Mr. Chairman, there are two amendments. Would you like me to explain the amendments?
If you would, please.
The two-line Farnsworth amendment to House Bill 2453 makes a technical correction. There's a second amendment, and that amendment is the five-line Farnsworth amendment, which removes two references relating to Kratom under the definition of narcotic drugs. And with that, I'm available for questions.
Thank you. Any questions for Gina? No? All right. Thank you. Nice job, Gina. I have to bring members. This is a the request to speak up. This is a continuation of the bill that had last year. It came from the work of Yavapai County Attorney Sheila Polk, others, DPS, and we took synthetic drugs, the backbone of synthetic drugs. If you'll recall, what we normally have done historically is when a formula comes forward that is being used, we made that formula, we outlawed that formula. But if I can describe it as a Christmas tree, which I've done before, the Christmas tree didn't change other than removing one bulb and putting another bulb on. That's a completely different formula, and that's what these people were doing. So we were always chasing them. Last year we outlawed, I believe it was 7 Christmas trees, or the spine, the formula that they hang all these little pieces on. And so they can't just change a bulb or a light and now have a new formula. This really goes to the heart of the spine, if you will, or the Christmas tree. So this is a continuation of that. The amendment takes out a product. One of the things that when we discussed this last year, was I made it clear that if there's any product or chemical formula that has a commercially viable use, then I did not want to include that in this bill or the bill last year. The element that we're taking out it's used in tea, it's used in other things, but you can imagine why. I mean, we can take anything and make it bad. So whether it's sniffing glue or injecting acid, battery acid, or whatever it is, which I still can't understand why anybody would do that. Or crocodile or any of those types of things. I mean, these things are crazy. Why they're doing it, I have no idea. But that's why we're removing that, is that does have a commercially viable use. And so we'll work on that in the future to see if there's a way for us to prohibit its use outside of the commercially viable use. But we're going to take it out of this bill for this year. So with that, who do we have?
Just Kimberly McCackern.
Yeah. Okay, we have Kim McCackern that would like to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Kim McCackern, and I am the staff attorney for the Arizona Prosecuting Attorneys Advisory Council. I'm not here in that capacity today, though, because our council hasn't actually voted on this bill, but we have been supportive of this measure in the past. You did an excellent job of summarizing what it's about. If there are any technical questions, I know there are people here that can answer those, but I just wanted to echo that this is something that Sheila Polk holds near and dear and has been following very carefully. And we appreciate your explanation about the removal of that one particular item, which shows exactly why we couldn't do an analog statute like we had originally talked about. So it's a good thing we're handling it this way so that we're able to address those types of issues. And if there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Any questions? Hearing none, thank you very much. Okay, I don't think there's anyone else that would like to speak. So would you move the bill?
Yes, I will move that House Bill 2453 receive a due pass recommendation.
Thank you. And would you move the First Amendment?
Did I miss the samples?
Yes. They started with Contreras, and they never went any farther. I don't.
Someone get my bag for me, please.
All right.
We have security out back to frisk.
Okay. First proposed one, the 412.
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so.
I move that the amendment in your name dated February 4th, 2014 at 4:12 p.m. be adopted.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, question for you is adoption of the Farnsworth number 1 amendment. All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Those vote nay. Appears the ayes have it. Do have it so ordered. Mr. Vice Chairman.
I move that you want me to move the second amendment?
Yes, please.
Okay. I move that the amendment to House Bill 2453 in your name dated January 31, 2014 at 3:27 be adopted.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Question before you is adoption of the Farnsworth number 2 floor amendment. All those in favor vote aye. Those vote nay. Appears the ayes have it. Do have it so ordered. Mr. Vice Chairman.
I move that House Bill 2453 as amended receive a due pass recommendation.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Secretary, call the roll, please.
Mr. Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Contreras?
Aye.
Mr. Goodale?
Aye.
Mr. Hale?
Aye.
Mr. Orr?
Aye.
Mr. Casada?
Aye.
Harris?
Brief.
Please proceed.
Just wanted to say I'm not sure I'll be able to ever look at a Christmas tree the same way. And with that, I vote aye.
I vote aye. Thank you, members. By your vote of 8 ayes, 0 nays, you've returned House Bill 2453 as amended with a due pass recommendation. Thank you very much. Okay. We are on to 2327. Rick.
Thank you.